Now I'm going to go over some of our blocking mechanisms that we use here. So he's going to be in a standard grip as well. And we'll start with the simplest, which is he's coming in for a stab into my stomach. So what I need to do is redirect that stab with my hand, but use the blade as well and then just cut. Because if I cut right there, right across the top, that's all those good muscles up there that's controlling the arm. So right across there. From the same stab, I could come in step. Now I'm doing kind of a downward block movement. If you've taken any kind of martial arts, then you'll recognize a downward block. And the blade, so it's simultaneous, so that I can block and cut. Now, if I really want to get a deep cut, when I block, I have to hook it with my fingers. Hook it here, so that when I do the cut, I can pull up on the arm. That'll get it in a good full inch, inch and a half. So that's going to take out, on the inside here, we've got all those tendons. And so those tendons right in there, see, he's moving his hand, doesn't even know he is. But you'll come across and just cut those. That'll make the knife just fall on the ground, just because he can't hold it anymore with no tendons working. All right, so that was a downward with a cut, downward grab with a deep cut. All right, the same stab, I come in and I go up with my knife. So I have to take it from this position and flip it, put my thumb on the top. Have that control factor so that I can come up here. So I'm blocking hard right into that wrist forearm area and blocking, cutting up. So it's a block cut. That way I can do multiple cuts on the arm. If with the same thing, he's trying to come around to stab me into the ribs, I have options on that. I can still step in and block. I can even come in with a forearm and just get a lower stance. So a good forearm block like this, which is good because I can get this kind of action going on. I can just bam right into it. So how are we stopping the action of his arm? That's the thing you've got to work on. So when that's coming around, bam, I'm blocking, actually striking with the block so that I can get that in there. So all of the things that you do with your blade are so important. What I just did to his arm right there were all of the things I just showed you on his body, but I did it right here to his arm. So now he's got 4 cuts moving up and down his arm. That arm's going to be useless. He's not going to be able to wield the weapon any longer. And if he changes hands, good chances are that he's not as good with his left hand as he is with his right. So then it's going to be easy. Step in, just cut that one all up. All right. So now what we're going to do, he's in a stance, fighting stance, and he's going to come across to try to cut right across my chest with a slicing movement. All right, so that moves in. I come in here. I can block high here, or I can block medium level here. You just have to feel what's going on with that arm when it's moving in. Because the truth of the matter is, when he does, that kind of attack, it's not going to be a slow moving thing. He's actually trying to just reach out and get a nick in there so that, and then he can come in and really get me. So what I have to think about when he's moving in is to come in so that I'm moving in such a way that I get control. Oh, son of a gun, I think I'll cut his throat with his own knife. So we've got multiple blocking mechanisms that we can use. Can I block an arm completely with just my blade? Yes, definitely. However, why take the chance? Why not have something in the works so that I can do something else, like get a hook, get into here, take it down, and stab him right in there. So all this stuff that we're doing, we can do just by grabbing a hold of them. So these are just quick examples. We're going to go through a bunch of actual combinations that you can practice. So he's coming across again, this time a little lower, so maybe I'll go off to the side. When this is coming in, I'll take this part of my body and throw it back. And when I do, I just help this go by. So I'm helping it go by with my hand, and then I'm doing a cut to the forearm. So the kind of block we're doing is what we call a sweeping palm. So it's the palm of my hand, but it's coming across like this. So I'm redirecting it. So again, as it's coming in, I just get out of the way, I redirect, and I'm ready to come back in. Granted, this is only one cut on the way by, so he can just flip it and come right back again. So I have to make sure when I do something like this, I get it away, that I come in, and I'm still keeping that arm away from me with this other hand.